Welcome, everybody. We're so excited to be on the call with you tonight and talking about strengthening our immune system and the power of plants. And probably more than any time in recent history, people are interested now in what can I actually be doing. Even couch potatoes and junk food junkies have come out of the woodwork and said, you know, does it really make a difference what you eat in fighting, in preparing yourself for something like the virus that we're all dealing with right now? And it absolutely does. It has a greater impact even than washing your hands and wearing the mask and the social distancing. For thousands of years, we've been exposed to germs and our bodies fight them off. And if we're not fighting them off, there's something underlying to what's going on. And that starts with what we do with our fork. So we want to have that conversation with you guys tonight, and we're going to have an excellent presentation by Debbie Walton. I think you'll just love hearing what she has to say. I was just going to share with you that my journey started 25 years ago, and it was my own family's health that really got me thinking, okay, is this the way life's going to be? I was in my late 30s, and I had chronic sinus infections, vascular migraines that were so debilitating that, you know, first you're afraid they're going to kill you, and then you think, what if they don't and I have to live with this the rest of my life? Anybody had migraines like that? If you haven't, then I'm glad for you. But anyway, it never occurred to me. I just thought, you know, there's flu season, there's cold season, we're going to get those things. Never occurred to me that there was something I could do actually that would make a huge difference. And when a friend came into my life and really started talking to me about the role of fruits and vegetables, and we ate a fair number of them, but when we seriously upped our fruits and vegetables and started eliminating the foods that were problem foods from us, the dramatic change I saw in myself and my two kids that had asthma and allergies was pretty profound. And that got my attention, and started thinking, what else could I be doing? And I can tell you, in the 25 years since I made those changes, and one of the things, of course, and a lot of you know about Juice Plus that are on the call tonight, one of the changes that I made at that time was adding Juice Plus. And that was a catalyst. And then I started doing everything else that I could think of, because, okay, fruits and vegetables and capsules can make that kind of difference. What would happen if I actually started improving our diet? So I think about that now because I haven't been to the doctor for an illness in 25 years. And you might think, okay, lots of people don't get sick. That was not me. I spent 3 times a year on antibiotics from sinus infections at least. And then you ladies know what happened after you take antibiotics. The next medication is for your yeast infection. So it was a fun life, but I was really happy to give it up. And so anyway, I know that there are other people on the phone that are going to share too what their journey looked like. And I just want you to realize that the steps we took were simple. Drinking more water, eating more fruits and vegetables, eliminating, again, a few things that made a huge difference in our health. And so that part, I hope, will give you a lot of encouragement tonight, that you don't have to give up everything you love. Just making simple changes, one at a time if necessary, can really help you have the confidence that you need, that you're not going to get taken out by something like COVID. So Carla, I'm going to ask you if you could share a minute, or not a minute, share a couple of minutes on your journey. And I'm just going to highlight you. So I didn't do that on myself, but I'm going to spotlight you, and I'd like everybody to hear from you.
Okay, great. So pre-Juice Plus, I was on medication for pre-diabetes, and I was able to come off of medication by doing exercise almost every day and eating mostly whole foods, but I was still having a lot of issues with being bloated and just a lot of puffiness, and I was having issues in my stomach and a lot of acne. And so I ran into Ashley, and she had introduced me to Juice Plus, and through the salad in a jar parties and the fitness Saturdays and all those kinds of things. And it just started to kind of make sense for us because one of my youngest daughters was starting to get sick once a month during the school year prior to taking Juice Plus. So my story is similar to yours, Lenora, as you know, my family's health, it was a wake-up call for me that we needed to be doing more. So we've been doing Juice Plus now for about a year and a half. And since taking Juice Plus, my doctor had checked my labs, but he checks my labs every year because of my medical history. And he was really surprised to see that my white blood cell count went down from 13.8 to 6.7 from the last time I had been in, from adding the Juice Plus in. And he was just surprised, and there was many more good reports on those same labs, but he asked me, what are you doing? And so I told him, and he said, you know, my family and I take Juice Plus too, and he is a pediatrician and internal medicine doctor here in Albany. So that was quite good news for me to hear, that I could see that test result and hear those words from my doctor as well, because I was very skeptical at first of, you know, that this was really going to help me out that much, but it really has improved our family's health. And the other positive thing that we have seen from this is in the 18 months that we've been taking it, my daughter, who was sick once a month, has only been sick twice.
That's
so
awesome.
That's huge, because I mainly started taking it for her, and then I started seeing the side effects for myself too. And one last thing to add about that is that our whole family takes Juice Plus. My husband, my 2 teenage daughters, and my 2 younger daughters, and myself. However, the husband and the 2 teenagers, they're not as easy to take it on a regular schedule, but myself and the littler ones, we take it on a regular schedule. And recently a little stomach bug had hit our house, and me and the two littler ones who take our Juice Plus every day, we did not get it.
So did you resist going, nanner, nanner, nanner?
I didn't say that, but I did say, you need to be taking your Juice Plus every day. But I waited a little while because I thought, well, I don't want to get sick and sound like a smart aleck.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, what I'm going to do, I was thinking I had done it, but I didn't. What I'm going to do now, because I'm going to wait, and because I know some people were joining later, and I'd love for them to hear. Okay, why am I not able to? I don't know why. Are you guys still just seeing Carla? You're seeing everybody?
I'm seeing you as a spotlight, but everybody's on top.
Yeah, I shouldn't be on Spotlight either. And now you're on Spotlight.
But if you I hit speaker view and I see everyone.
Okay.
Gallery view, I can see everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, gallery view.
I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna start the presentation, and I'm gonna have the others share their stories afterwards, and we may have time for a couple of you that haven't been asked if you have time to share, because Therese is on here. She has an amazing story and journey that she lived through, and it's the idea of sharing the stories is not about just telling you about Juice Plus. It is having you understand the power of plants, because after you watch what we're going to watch, you'll understand that there's nothing magical about Juice Plus. The magic is in fruits and vegetables, right? It is, and just being able to get something that you're consistently doing that day in, day out on top of what you're able to eat, that's the magic. So let me share my screen, and then we'll have the other stories afterwards. So here we go. Hope you enjoy.
Hello, and welcome to the Healthy Living Revolution Live. The Healthy Living Revolution is a movement of people who are taking healthy back. and we are offering this series to provide simple solutions and education. My name is Jennifer Turner. I'm a registered dietitian, and it is my privilege to introduce our speaker, Ms. Debbie Walton. Debbie is a master personal trainer with over 40 years of experience in the fitness industry. She is certified in plant-based nutrition from T. Colin Campbell Center for Nutrition Studies at E. Cornell. Debbie is so knowledgeable and passionate about whole food nutrition and the science behind it related to disease prevention. It is this passion and knowledge combined with her upbeat and fun personality that makes her such a dynamic speaker. She inspires her audience to incorporate simple, easy solutions to live a healthier life. She is a dear friend and mentor to me and many others. Debbie, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you for joining us as we take a look into the fascinating ways that plants truly nourish our bodies. The foundation of health is nutrition and is in the plant. What has happened to our world? We all know people suffering with these diseases, sometimes multiple diseases. I recently heard a doctor say when a disease skyrockets in a generation or two, which is exactly what is happening, look back to see what has changed. And I want you to think about something. How many of your grandparents lived on a farm and had their own garden growing fresh fruits and vegetables? Keep that in mind. One of the most disheartening statements I think you could ever hear is that this may be the first generation to live shorter than their parents. But an uplifting fact is that we are an amazing biochemical machine, if you will. We are wonderfully and fearfully made, a complex series of systems dependent on what we feed our systems. And the evidence is mounting for the power of plants. It has been coming out for years now, and more research is finally becoming more mainstream because plants fit our biochemistry perfectly. The phytochemicals supply exactly what our body needs to function optimally, and they are not optional if we want to live with vitality, lower our risk of disease, and age wonderfully. You've probably seen this recent headline that prescribing fruits and vegetables could save $100 billion in medical costs. But what about the tears and stress of all those doctor visits and long-term care? Dr. T. Colin Campbell, probably the world's premier researcher in the power of plants, said that I know of nothing in medicine that will begin to do what a plant-based diet will do for better health. And Dr. Esselstyn said that we are on the cusp of what could be a seismic revolution in health with a plant-based diet. That's what we need, a revolution. Look at this study. The 5 longest lived, healthiest populations through the world. These are 100-year-olds taking care of themselves, living at home. What do they have in common? Their diet is 95 to 100% plant-based. It's not just any plants. You can't depend on an apple or a banana and that's it. It's botanical diversity because the chemicals, the phytochemicals, are what give these plants their color. And each different combination works in synergy to empower the other nutrients. This research that variety may be more important than size of serving has been out for quite some time, that these phytochemicals complement and overlap the methods of action. Look at all the different types of phytochemicals that have been discovered so far. flavonoids, lignans, phytosterols, so many different important varieties. About 20,000 phytochemicals have been identified so far, 400 in an apple, but nutrition scientists believe that there may be 50 to 100,000 nutrients. We aren't sure yet. The research just keeps discovering more. And because of this wide variety, and they say we need all the phytonutrients in their naturally occurring amounts, multivitamins are now considered old school. Look at the headline of the top website for healthcare professionals. This is from 2013. It just takes time to get the information out that multivitamins are not working like whole food. The body cannot use these isolated nutrients without the other nutrients necessary for the chemical reactions. We just cannot get the same synergistic effect of the naturally occurring phytochemicals. Scientific understanding has advanced, and so should we. Let's move on and get back to whole, because look at the synergy that goes on with every bite that goes into your body. Each nutrient is likely to be participating in multiple outcomes. Let's take a taste of what plants do in our body. We're going to look at 5 extraordinary things that they do out of thousands and thousands. I really want you to think about that. If these wow you, just realize plants are doing so much more. One of the areas that's getting the most attention and is so exciting is that the gut is controlling much more of our immune system, the majority of it, whether it's healthy or unhealthy. And an unhealthy gut creates an unhealthy immune system, which will increase your inflammation. Inflammation has been named the silent killer. You don't feel inflammation until your disease becomes quite problematic. We want to lower that inflammation. It is the commonality either causing all those diseases we looked at the beginning, causing some of them, or exacerbating them, making them worse. Sometimes you'll get one disease, and because of the inflammation, it actually creates the secondary disease. Our bodies are host to an estimated 100 trillion, we're not sure yet how many bacteria, non-human bacteria, and trillions of those are in your gut. Dr. Mitra Ray said we are just the mothership carrying all these bacteria that are controlling so much of our body functions, and plants perfectly fit into that gut. Do you know there are specific receptors in your gut waiting for specific nutrients from cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, cabbage that will activate a healthier immune system? Are you feeding your gut cruciferous vegetables daily? Look at this color enhanced picture of the inside of the human gut. On the top left, you see the beautiful pinks, reds, yellows. Those are the trillions of bacteria in the gut. And that green strip is the first line of defense to the intestinal wall, which is represented in blue. These bacteria crave a specific food. They must have, to be healthy, plant fiber and plant polyphenols. If they do not get that plant fiber that is a healthy complex carbohydrate, they will seek out another carbohydrate in your gut. And that green lining is carbohydrate rich. They will literally eat holes in it. And we now know that this can be the start of leaky gut. If you have autoimmune disease, inflammation, then your doctor may have talked to you about leaky gut. Feed your bacteria what they demand, because well-fed bacteria don't eat mucus, eat more plants. And then healthy gut, healthier brain function. The gut-brain axis is getting so much attention that there's a whole new school of psychiatry called nutritional psychiatry. I am so excited about this. We need help in the brain area. And if you want to increase your chances of more feelings of happiness, less risk of depression, anxiety, improve your cognitive function and memory, and improve the production of serotonin, this super important neurotransmitter that has so much to do with our mood and other body functions, feed your brain and gut more plants. Plants nourish the brain and protect against inflammation. What is the brain's preferred foods? Anthocyanins from berries, lutein from dark greens, and omega fatty acids. Omegas are important for every cell in your body, but they are imperative for the health of the brain and the inner communication. By the way, lutein and omegas are also preferred by the macula, so protect your eyesight, protect your brain. Eat more of these plants. And then here's a kind of crazy power fact. Do you know that what gives green plants their green is chlorophyll? Well, when you eat green plants, they flood your body with chlorophyll, but you need a secret ingredient to activate that chlorophyll. It's sunlight. Chlorophyll and sunlight, one of the blessings they give your body with are a higher level of coenzyme Q10. What is coenzyme Q10 so important for? Well, it is used by every cell in your body to make energy. It is stored in the mitochondria. Think mighty mitochondria. They are the powerhouse in every cell. That's exactly where your energy is made. And the mitochondria must have coenzyme Q10 to make that energy. By the way, you have more mitochondria in your heart, brain, and liver than other organs because these organs require more energy. Want more energy? Eat more dark green leafies and get out in the sun a little bit. And then another power fact, superoxide dismutase. Just remember SOD. Think of this antioxidant as one with a super cape. It truly is a superhero, and your body makes it. It's internally made. It neutralizes one of the most dangerous free radical groups, superoxide. It just neutralizes it and protects your heart, and it protects you from, we believe, mitochondrial damage to the brain and so much more. SOD is an antioxidant that decreases inflammation. It cannot be absorbed as a supplement, but your body will make it from the building blocks of nutrients in fruits, greens, and grains. Remember the grains. Really important. Eat more plants. And say yes to no. Nitric oxide. What is nitric oxide and why is it so important? It is your chemical communicator for blood vessel dilation. Need more oxygen and nutrition to get to every cell in your body? You want a release of nitric oxide that will tell your arteries to open up for better blood flow. It's so important to cardiovascular health that it won the Nobel Prize when this connection was made. It also can increase your energy levels, athletic performance, brain function, immune function, and decreases that devastating inflammation. Feed your production with nitrate-rich leafy greens and anthocyanins in purple berries. Eat more plants. Here's the problem. How many of us truly eat every day the recommended 9 to 13 servings of a very varied plant intake, different colors? The CDC says only 1 in 10 adults even get the minimum amount. And if you have a chronic condition like ongoing asthma or high blood pressure or arthritis, anything that's ongoing, or you're a serious athlete, the recommendation is 16 plus a day. I don't know really how to do that day after day until we found 2 things. One, the Tower Garden, invented at Epcot. We've had our garden for 8 years now. We're growing year round in the garage during the winter with grow lights. Here's my husband on the back deck cutting this beautiful, fresh, clean. You'll never have an E. coli recall. And it is the most tender, no bitterness. You just do not know what kale, how good kale can be till you taste it from the tower. But here's the thing, it is the most sustainable way to grow produce. It uses 90% less water. It waters itself. You can grow up to 28 plants in a 3-foot space. Ask about the Tower Garden. Your family will eat more plants because they're there. They are clean and they taste better than plants you've probably ever had in your life. We are bringing the freshest produce to homes, schools, restaurants, and even hospitals. You've got to love a hospital that feeds their patients what the body needs. And then the super easy way are the highly concentrated, vine ripened, chopped into a slurry, flash dried, 30 different plants in the fruit, veg, and berry, and then a wide variety of omegas, non-fish. Remember how important the omegas are to the macula and the brain? Well, these omegas are totally clean, plant-based. You do not need the fish. The fish eats the algae. We go straight to the algae oil. So ask about these super clean plants, as easy as a capsule or chewable. Look at that beautiful concentrated produce. I just don't know how you can get the variety of 30 plus plants every day and then add more plants with the complete smoothie mix, which you can use in desserts or protein bars. But here's the thing, you get 13 grams of 4 different plant proteins, so a full amino acid spectrum, gluten-free grains. Remember how the sod has to have the grains, and then 8 grams of the guts, one of their top 2 preferred fibers. 8 grams of the gut's preferred fiber. It's actually a prebiotic. It's feeding your good gut bacteria, and it tastes great. Juice Plus is not about treating or curing specific conditions or diseases. It is just brilliantly concentrated plant-based nutrition, supported by over 20 years of research proving that it's safe, that it's bioavailable. That means your body absorbs it and sends it to the right places, and that it has high efficacy. It is actually working. Let's look at just a few of the research studies, just a few of the 38 published studies. Remember the polyphenols that the gut must have? A recent study showed that just taking the fruit,
veg and berry gifted the body over 600 milligrams of polyphenols per day. But here's the fascinating part. There were other phenolic nutrients in the body found hours after taking Juice Plus that weren't even in the capsules. And the researchers believe that the microbiome and liver are taking these nutrients apart and rebuilding them into other important nutrients. How cool is that? And Juice Plus is just nourishing the gut that is vital to our health and well-being. And then healthy gut, healthy immune system. University of Florida, and by the way, there's other studies showing same results, but this one showed that Juice Plus improved the T cell activity in the immune function. And to simplify it, the T cells are kind of like the bosses, so they tell the B cell, they tell the immune system not to overact, not to underact, but to balance, to act when needed. 30% improvement in just 77 days. And that inflammation, okay, immune system can affect the inflammation that can be so devastating. University of South Carolina brought down total body inflammation 17 to 38% in just 60 days. And that superoxide dismutase, that antioxidant with the super K, increased by over 100%. Wow. And then that say yes to no, when you eat a high-fat meal, and there are other things that can cause vascular constriction, like stress, but a high-fat meal can narrow the blood vessels 40 to 60% for 4 to 6 hours. But when the researchers added the fruit and veg, it reduced that constriction by over 66%, opening up for better blood flow. And when they added the 10 berries of the berry powdered produce, it reduced that constriction to under 1%. Say yes to no. This is so important that this research was highlighted as a must read in the top journal for American College of Cardiology. And then one more, nutrigenomics, nutrition and your genes. You want your genes expressed as healthfully as possible. We can turn our genes to a healthier function and turn down the unhealthy ones. Juice Plus improved over 1,600 genes in just 2 months. And these were genes dealing with inflammation and DNA repair. By the way, it also lowered the lousy cholesterol in just 2 months. So there's so much more that I could share with you of what plants are doing in your body and what Juice Plus has been proven to do. But why not start your healthy habits or improve, add to your healthy habits? Habits are a little hard to change, but it's super simple to take a few capsules that have been absolutely proven to be doing wonderful things in your body, to drink a smoothie mix, and or to grow your own beautiful produce on your own back deck. Take back the garden. Let's bring the garden back to America, because the power of the pharmacy is as close as the end of your fork. I pray that you are super motivated right now to start flooding your body with more plants. Thank you so much. We encourage you to get with the person who invited you to view this webinar. Thank you so much, Debbie, for sharing with us today.
Hopefully that will go on and I won't have another video come on. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, so it's not easy, but it's simple, you guys. It's fruits and vegetables, it's drinking more water, it's getting rest, figuring out ways to avoid stress, it's sleeping at night. These are the ways that we can really count on having a strong immune system. And Therese, I'd love for you, if you don't mind, to share. Therese has had an amazing journey. Even after she knew about health, she still had challenges, and but nutrition has not failed her at all. And I know your story would encourage some others on the phone tonight. There you go.
Okay, well, hi everybody. Yeah, I started taking Juice Plus 17 years ago. That's when I met Lenora. She introduced it to me. But anybody that knows me, my solution for anything is just take extra Juice Plus. Like double up, triple up, quadruple up, it'll help. So, but my story that she's talking about is so I started in 2003. In 2011, the end of the year, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. And so what I was facing was the doctors telling me, okay, you need to do chemo and all this stuff. And I had already known so much and listened to so many of the doctors that came when I was living in Vegas, that we hosted them and all the talks they gave, and just knew the power of fruits and vegetables. And but you kind of get pulled into that whole Western medical type thing, and you almost feel like you don't have control. And then you kind of, I think it was after I talked to you, Lenora, that I said, what the heck am I doing? I'm not going to do that. So I ended up going on a very strict juicing regime, and of course Juice Plus, doubling up my Juice Plus. Just to make a long story short, I did 4.5 months of just kind of a very strict diet: no meat, no dairy, no salt, no sugar, no oil, juicing, 6 juicings a day, and Juice Plus, of course. I did some other supplementation type things. One of the things that isn't so attractive, I did the coffee enemas as well. But when you're juicing so much and you're flooding your system with so many fruits and vegetables, it's so important to pull out all those toxins. And I did 2 of those a day, just because everything I ate was fruits and vegetables. I finally ended up doing surgery 4.5 months later. But my whole point in doing that, well, first of all, I wanted to shrink the tumor and avoid doing any chemo radiation, but just to prepare my body as well. So if I did do the surgery, then my body would be prepped for it and ready. And it was. I shocked all the doctors and the nurses. They couldn't believe that I had literally no pain after a major colon resection. And I was out of the hospital a day earlier than was planned. And of course, I had my Juice Plus bottles next to my hospital bed. That was one of the things I brought in. Of course, I would not eat any of the hospital food. It was pretty bad. The things they offered me, I could not believe that you would be giving somebody who just had major surgery, offering those things to them. So I made my own soups from fruits and vegetables, not really fruits, but mostly vegetables, and had those brought in. And my recovery was just amazing. And I know I learned so much from that on the power of food and fruits and vegetables, of how it takes. The only explanation I have for no pain is it took all the inflammation out of my body, and there was no pain. I recently had another surgery. I fell and broke my arm in 2, and they had to put titanium plates in my arm. And again, literally no surgery, no pain after that surgery. And again, I was just flushing my body with lots of fruits and vegetables, no sugars, trying to take out all the inflammatories. So that's it's been 8 years this month.
That's awesome. And I mean, it sounds like fantastical that fruits and vegetables do this, but they actually do, you guys, because if we had everybody share their story tonight and they've had any length of time putting this to the test, it's not saying you can't have anything else. It's saying that if you eat predominantly plants, you can expect fantastic things to happen from your body. So that's what we wanted to share with you tonight. Wherever you are on your journey, first of all, we're not telling you have to take Juice Plus to be healthy. Nope. It's just easy tools to help you get where you're trying to go, and that's get more fruits and vegetables. When I first started, it's like, how do you negotiate with kids? We're going to be upping our fruits and vegetables in a significant way. We're going from, you know, the little amount of salad and a side vegetable and dinner to 7 to 13. It's not easy, right? So having some tools is super helpful. I would really encourage you to get back to the person who invited you to the call tonight, and eat your veggies and don't worry about coronavirus, okay? Because if you're doing all the things we talked about tonight, if you happen to be exposed, if you happen to get some symptoms, you're gonna be okay. And that's the message that I really want people to have going away from this call, is we absolutely can be prepared for whatever comes our way. Our bodies have been surviving forever, and we can help them do battle when the time comes. So any questions or any comments before we say goodnight?
I just want to say thanks to Therese for sharing that incredible testimony. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, I know. It's like, if you think you can get past cancer, and you didn't say it in there, but no, she didn't do chemo and radiation. She didn't have to do any of that. So if you think you can overcome cancer, you can certainly overcome whatever it is you're dealing with. So it's a journey. Everything doesn't happen overnight. You learn as you go, but the most important building blocks to a strong immune system, like Debbie Walton talked about, fruits, vegetables, and drink water. So thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you, and have a wonderful rest of your night, and God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.